This is the boiler that is in flat 116 Bennett Court, Axminster Road, Islington, in a council flat belonging to Islington Council. This is a visual representation, a video of this boiler. This boiler has been defunct, kaput, out of operation since about 2013, 2014. The council have yet to replace it. I have to boil water in kettles if I want hot water, and I have to use electric heaters, and I have an electric cooker. This is a glowworm swift flow boiler. I will open it up like this, and I will focus on the pipes like this. This boiler has been out of action. It needs to be replaced, but they have failed to replace it. They have been here maybe 3 times to inspect and do surveys. They have said they will get back to me and haven't got back to me. There's also been times when I've wanted them to come and do it, but there's been some clutter that needs to be removed so that they have access to the radiators, something along those lines. But there have definitely been times when they have come and done a survey, said they would get back to me, and never have. You can see the boiler. They have capped the gas meter since late 2013. When they broke into my flat, when I was out of the country after my mum died, burying her and attending to her matters, they broke into my flat, even though they broke into my flat days, maybe a week before an appointment was due that I had made, because I made an appointment before I travelled, before I was due to travel, and I was at home from 8 till 6 waiting for them to come and do the gas safety inspection. No one came. They were supposed to come between the hours of 12 and 5. I was here till 6. No one came. And when I called the next day to complain and query why no one had come, I was told that they had come to my flat, rang the bell, and I never answered, and they recorded it as no access. That's a complete and utter lie, 100% lie. They were Islington Council contractors, Kia, that did that. They never turned up, they never rang the bell at any time. My flat is small. I would easily know if they'd rang the bell. They lied, and I later visited an Islington Council councillor who actually told me that Kia, the contractors, had a reputation for not turning up to appointments at that time. So that's what happened. I then asked if they could make another appointment. Islington Council could make another appointment for from that time for the week I was still in the country before I travelled for my mum's burial. There was a week, and I asked them to make an appointment in that week. I was told there were no appointments available. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. An appointment should have been made for me. They should have found time to make an appointment for me, even if it meant cancelling someone else's appointment and rescheduling. That's not right. So I then had to make an appointment for when I returned, because I was going to be away for a while, at least a month. It was even 2 months that I had booked the ticket for, and I made the appointment for a few days after I was due to return, and you know, the call centre staff made the appointment for me, and I asked her to please put a note in the computer under my appointment that explaining my situation. And I said, please do that, because I don't want Islington Council to break into my flat while I'm out. She said she's done that, and she said, don't worry, they won't do that. They won't break into your house while you're away. And yet, when I checked while I was out of the country, I found that they had done that. They had actually broken into my place while I was away, and I found out that they hadn't even bothered to check whether there was an appointment pending. The gas safety team never even bothered to check whether that, you know, the gas safety team and management never even bothered to check whether there was an appointment pending. And I made complaints, and I was lied to and fobbed off and abused in the response to the complaint, which is typical for Islington Council. It's typical for many of these institutions that have complaints processes. Institutions, corporations, companies, police, you know, it's par for the course. I was told that that appointment that I made should never have been made. That's what I was told. And I was told that the crooks, the liars that never turned up, did turn up, and I didn't answer. They said, the stupid woman said, it's recorded, that's what's recorded here. Just because they've recorded a lie in the place they have access to doesn't mean it's true. And then I later heard from an Islington Council councillor that Keir had a reputation for not turning up to appointments, but that woman that responded to my complaint didn't mention that. But this is the visual evidence that this boiler is here. There's no new boiler because I'm being harassed by Islington Council again. They've been to check that the gas has been capped. They know that it's capped, and yet they're threatening to break into my place again just because I didn't let their contractor Gem, gas safety checker, actually see this boiler with his eyes. Here it is. They can look at this video if they want. I said this gas boiler has been out of operation for 10 years, and I said that the gas has been capped. There's no need to, you only need to come and check that the gas is still capped. And he said he needed to take a photograph. I offered to take his phone and photograph the boiler, and I brought it back to him. He agreed, and I brought it back to him. Then he started saying that he was gonna call Cadence to remove the gas meter completely, and he also claimed that he hadn't checked that the gas was capped. He said he hadn't. He was leaving without checking that it's capped, and when I said that, yes, I said that you know that you've seen the boiler. At least I've given you a photograph of the boiler, which you agreed. You asked me to do that, and he held up his phone and he said, "What photograph?" Suggesting, he showed me an empty screen, suggesting that he's deleted the photograph that he's asked me to take. So he had an attitude. That's all I want to say to you for now, because I don't want this video to be too long.